Hey there, welcome back. Welcome to day 5. And today we're going to combine the steps 5 and steps 6 of the Mindful Tracker sheet. I still want you to go through those in order, but I'll talk a little bit about both. And then in our phone call coming up this weekend, we'll talk about the step 7. But steps 5 and 6 are somewhat related. We're going to ask what is really there in what we're observing. Now, that's a pretty deep, difficult question to maybe answer what's really there. But we've been looking at a lot of different perceptions of what could be there. And as we get a little bit further into it, we're going to ask what's really there. And can we get outside of what it is our assumptions are telling us about what it is that's there? So we're going to really be working on looking at our assumptions as well. And notice that mostly when we're observing something externally or even something about ourselves internally, we're often going through the screening of what our assumptions might be of that situation, that object, or our surroundings. So we're going to be highlighting those areas within the next 2 days. And what we really need to kind of get a hold of here is when we get into the inner tracking work, is that we've really got to develop a kind of passion for what the truth of what's really there is. And in order to do that, we really got to get outside of those limited fixed assumptions that we have. A lot of those assumptions might be coming from self-concern, they might be coming from fear, they might be coming from ego attachments, different opinions that we've created around things. So next week, we're going to really get more and more deeply into the inner tracking material. And this first week, we really wanted to kind of come from the outside in, really looking at external things around us, but start to really notice those assumptions. And next week, we're going to get into looking at those fears that we have, the insecurities, because those are really the things that are going to be getting in the way of the openness that we've been talking about. So this is all really setting us up for an opportunity to see that there's a division between our thoughts and assumptions around things and that movement in openness and the awareness. And next week, we're really going to work pretty hard on getting to see what that division is within our thought structure. So that's going to be primarily the kind of meat of the work next week. But as you go about through your day today, start to ask yourself the question, what's really there? And what are the assumptions that I'm projecting on what it is that I'm observing? And the more we're able to kind of do that with some fluidity without being too fixed on the assumptions, the more we're going to be able to move within that awareness and openness. And that's where our real, true intelligence lies, and the ability to learn new things. So just as a recap for this week, what we were working on throughout the week was to kind of sharpen those observation skills, start working on the internal observation skills as well as the external observation skills. And mostly that's the majority of what we have been working on, all prepping us up for next week with the inner tracking. So I look forward to our phone call this weekend, and Have a great rest of your day. Look forward to talking soon. See ya.